Hello everyone, welcome to Jigyasa. I am Devasmita. So, in this session, we are going to learn about the microbiology. This is the part 1, and we are going to learn about the brief elaboration of the bacteria. In the previous classes, we have already learned about the general characteristic feature of all the microbial world, or the all about the bacteria, virus, and all the mycoplasma, fungi, all those things. So, in this particular video, we are going to learn about the brief elaboration of the bacteria. So, let's start about what is bacteria. Something we have already know something about the bacteria, that is the Anton van Leeuwenhoek, the scientist or bacteriologist in 1683. He is a Dutch people, or he belong from Dutch, and observed the small or the teeny animalcules in the sewage water, saliva, and the tooth scum under his microscope, and these animalcules was later known as the bacteria. So, first of all, Anton van Leeuwenhoek is describe or study about the bacteria. So, he is known as the father of bacteriology. So, bacteriology, already we have know about what is bacteriology. Bacteriology, that is the branch of science which deals with the study of the bacteria, is known as the bacteriology, and Anton van Leeuwenhoek is known as the father of bacteriology. So then comes to the Arenberg in 1829. He gave the particular term bacterium, and the Linnaeus placed them under the genus Bombs. C. Nagali, scientist C. Nagali classified the bacteria under the Schizomycetes. So, after the classification of bacteria, when we classify the bacteria, then we consider what is Schizomycetes, Eumycetes, all those things. So, before we going to learn about the elaboration or the descriptive studies about the bacteria, first thing is that the bacteria are the prokaryotic cell, because this is very teeny. So, we when we see the bacteria, we cannot see in our naked eyes. That's why we use microscope for the seeing the bacteria. Then comes to the Louis Pasteur gave the germ theory of the disease, as he reported that the certain diseases in the plants and the animals are caused by them. So, in the crop field also, in various types of disease, you can see that are affected by or that are the various diseases caused by the bacteria. And in case of the animal also, maximum cases we are considered as the various disease are caused by the bacteria. So, Robert Koch first of all cultured the bacteria, and John Lister started the antiseptic surgery using the carbolic acid as the disinfectant. So, whenever we comes to the John Lister, he first thinks that he first started the antiseptic surgery using the carbolic acid as the disinfectant. So, then comes to the because we know that the bacteria are the prokaryotic organism or the prokaryotic cells, where the without well defined the organelles, because when we consider about the prokaryotes and the eukaryotes, that in case of the prokaryotes there is no well defined of well developed organelles are found, so that these are the prokaryotic or the primitive type, not well developed cells are found. And in case of the eukaryotes, there is the developed cells are well developed. So, here is the mitochondria, Golgi bodies, ectoplasmic reticulum. So, these are found in case of the prokaryotic organism, or the in case of the bacteria. So, here is the no true nucleus are found. So, you can consider this one or note down this one. So, bacteria are oldest, most abundant, and the simplest organism, and these were abundant for over 2 billion years before the appearance of the eukaryotes in the world. So, bacteria, we can found bacteria everywhere. So these are So these are the abundant in nature. These are responsible for the creating the properties of the atmosphere and the soil. So it was a great responsibility responsible for the creating the properties of the atmosphere and the soil. And further, these bacteria make the life on the earth possible as they perform the integral function of the decompose of the organic materials. Whatever we throw out in our daily life into the earth, and even some of the dead animals, dead plants, and all those things that are after 2 to 3 days or after some few days, it going to be destroyed. And this is because of and the decomposing things are going to with the help of the bacteria, and this is the main um, activity of the bacteria. So let's comes to the next, that what is the characteristic feature of the bacteria. As we know, as there is the bacteria contains the both type of the nucleic acid. When we study about in the previous class, we have learned about the genetic material or the some composition of the bacteria. So bacteria contains the both type of the nucleic acids, that is the DNA and RNA. And in the previous class also we have learned about the characteristic of the bacteria, that is DNA is found and the RNA also found. The true nucleus is well defined, nuclear membrane is absent. So here is the true nucleus is well defined, but here is the nuclear membrane is absent, but the nuclear material is present in the center of the cell, which is not surrounded by any membrane. So here is one thing, that is the nuclear membrane is absent of the nucleus, but the nuclear material, that is the genetic material, that is DNA and RNA, are present in the center of the cells, which is not surrounded by any membrane. So this primitive type of the nucleus is known as the nucleate or the xenopore or the incipient nucleus. So such type of primitive type of the nucleus is known as the nucleoid or the xenopore or the incipient nucleus. So there is the two major types of the cell division. One is the mitosis, another one is the meiosis, are absent in case of the bacterium. So whenever we study about the cell division, there is a two type of the cell division, that is one is the mitosis and another one is the meiosis. So mitosis is commonly known as the equational division and meiosis is the reduction division. But in case of the in case of the bacteria, because this is the prokaryotic cells, here is not found of the cell division, that of mitosis and the meiosis type of the cell division. So these are mainly found in case of the eukaryotic system or the eukaryotic cells. So although in the bacillus megathermium mitosis is the present, so here is an exception, that is the bacillus megatherium. It is a bacteria, but here is an exceptional case. We found that the mitosis is present in case of the bacillus megatherium. So ribosomes are of the 70s types. So we already know about that the in case of the prokaryotics, that is the primitive type of cells are found, and here is the 70s types of the ribosomes are the found, and in case of the eukaryotes there is the 80s types of the ribosome found. Both 70s and the 80s are found. So 70s types, it is the composition like the 50s and the 30s. And here is one thing, do you know about what is the S? That is here ribosomes are denoted as the 70s, 80s, 50s, 30s. So what is the representative unit, that is the S? What is the full form? What is S? Do we know about what is S? S is considered as the Schwarzschild unit. It's according to the scientist. According to the scientist, so Schwarzschild unit. This is the unit. This is an unit, and everything whatever we represent in our daily life, that is either meter, calorie, kilogram, liter, all those things. So ribosomes are represented as the S unit. Its full form is the Schwarzschild unit. So Schwarzschild unit. And the well-defined organelle like the mitochondria, Golgi bodies, and plasmic reticulum are absent. Here is not found of these types of cell organelles. So, in case of the plasma membrane of the bacteria, there is a present of some circular coil bodies which are enfolding of the plasma membrane known as the mesosomes. So, this is the very important important part of this things bacterial cell wall, because here is found the mesosomes, because here is the absence of the plasma membrane. We have already seen in the previous point that there is a absence of the plasma membrane, but here is a enfolding like circular coil like bodies which its function as like as the plasma membrane, and this is known as the mesosomes. This mesosome contains the respiratory enzyme like the oxidases and the dehydrogenases. So it carries some respiratory enzymes like dehydrogenases and the oxidases, and thus the main function of the mesosome is that they help in the respiration. So what is the function of the mesosomes? That is, it help in the respiration. Its function is the help in the respiration. Secondly, these are the present at the midpoint, and mesosomes are present in the midpoint of the bacterial cell. So it help in the equal distribution of the nuclear material during the binary fission. Whenever we going to learn about the bacterial reproduction, there is found is the binary fission, and it is so there is a two things, two functions, two major function of the mesosomes. That is, one is that it helps in the respiration process, and secondly it help in the binary fission, or the it help in the equal distribution of the nuclear material during the binary fission. So, in the cell wall of the bacteria, there are present two important sugar derivatives. So, it's very important also, that is what is NAG and NAM. Two things, that is a NAG, it is the N-acetyl glucosamine, its full form is the N-acetyl glucosamine, that is commonly called as the NAG, and NAM means it's the N-acetyl muramic acid. These are the two sugar derivatives that are found in case of the cell wall of the bacteria. And besides the alpha align and the D-alanine glutamic acid, diamino pimelic acid also found in case of the bacterial cell wall. So chlorophyll A and B are absent. Chlorophyll A and B are not present or absent in case of the bacteria, although the bacteriochlorophyll and the chlorobium chlorophyll may be present. So here is one thing, that the chlorophyll A and B are absent, but in case of the bacterial cell wall, there is the bacteriochlorophyll and the chlorobium chlorophyll are found. So the chloroplast are absent because chloroplast in case of the plants there is a found of the chloroplast, because of the chlorophyll pigments are present there. Here is no present of the chlorophyll. So this is the bacteriochlorophyll or the chlorobium chlorophyll found. So chromatophores may be present. So for the coloration, these are the pigmentation, color pigmentation. So chlorophyll and the chromatophores. So bacteria are the prokaryotes without the chlorophyll A and B. This is the main things you can note down from this slide, that is the prokaryotes. Bacterial cell is the prokaryotic cells, but here is the absence of the chlorophyll A and the B. So then comes to next. So there is the difference whenever we according to their cell wall, we just consider it or in the basis of the staining. There is two types of the bacteria found, that is the gram positive bacteria and the gram negative bacterium. So what is the gram positive and what is gram negative bacteria? And this is mainly called as the gram staining. Whenever we study in our bacterial cell or bacterial staining with the help of the curd, you can see in the laboratory method, or when you uh, doing when you practical when do their practical work of the gram staining, then you can see that the bacteria are two types of the, that is, one is the gram positive bacteria and another one is the gram negative bacteria. So microbiology and this technique, first of all, this technique of staining of the bacteria was given by the Dutch microbiologist, that is the Christian Gram. According to Christian Gram, this staining is known as the Gram staining technique, and this technique of the staining is known as the Gram staining technique. On the basis of this Gram staining, this is for two types. One is Gram positive bacteria, another one is the Gram negative bacteria. So what is Gram positive and what is Gram negative? Whenever we uh, stain any in a slide, we just take some curd, then slide it, then after it is slide, then here is the curd is consist of the bacteria, and then after the rinse of the slide, after the rinse of the slide, you just stain with the crystal violet, then all bacteria will be stained bluish purple color. So after the adding of the potassium iodide solution, potassium iodide solution, then its stain will be fixed due to the formation of the complex of the crystal violet and the mordant, that is the Kai or the potassium iodide. So then de-staining is done with the water and alcohol. After the staining, then you can distill with some or rinse with some water and alcohol. Then it have two, it gives two results, that is one is the stain doesn't come out, it means it's gram positive bacteria, and some bacteria have consist of the some stain, that is the gram negative bacteria. So here you can see that this picture, in this particular picture, wait, in this particular picture, here are two things, here is the two things, you can see here, that is the one is purple color, another one is the pink color. Whatever the pink color is the stain, and another one is the purple color, that is the gram uh, violet color, or violet color stain, gram positive bacteria. This is the round shape color, that is a round shape type of bacteria, and this is the cocci, and pink stain of the gram negative, this is the rod shape bacteria. So if, when we try in this staining procedure at the lab, you can easily found the what is gram positive bacteria and what is the gram negative bacteria. So here in the cell wall of the gram positive bacterium, there is both a horizontal and vertical peptide linkage at the present. Due to this, mesh is dense, which is dense, and one thing, here is the similarities and the difference between the gram positive and the gram negative bacteria. So in this particular slide, you, you can know very important things of the bit of the gram positive and the gram negative bacteria. So what are the similar between the gram positive and the gram negative bacteria? And these particular things are I have just collected from the Google. So you can also watch this. So what are the similarities between the gram positive and the gram negative bacteria? First things are both are the bacterial cells, and both groups are the prokaryotic, because we know that key bacteria is the prokaryotic cells, and it may be gram positive or it may be gram negative. So both lack the membrane bounded organelles. Then both the groups have a covalently close circular DNA as a genetic material. So here is the one thing, the bacterial DNA is the circular in nature. So both the groups contain the extra chromosomal genetic material that is called as the plasmid. So what is plasmid? Plasmid is the extra chromosomal genetic material that is found in case of the bacterial cell. So both groups are possesses capsule. So in case of the bacterial cell, what is capsule? Uh, Bacterial capsule, first things that uh, it is considered as a bacterial capsule, means its main function is capsule or the slime layer. Capsule or the slime layer, whenever we study about the structure of the bacterial cells, then it I just uh, I gave you some information regarding the slime lamp or the capsule, but first you know it. That capsule or the slime lamp, it means two things. It's the outer covering of outer surface of the bacterial cells. It is known as the capsule or slime lamp. According to their composition, it is known as the capsule. Whether it is tightly packed, then it is a capsule, or it is loosely packed, then it is the known as the slime layer. So capsule, what is the function of capsule? Because it acts as the osmotic barrier, because in case of the bacterial cell, there is no outer things are going inside to the bacterial cell. That's why it is act as the barrier, osmotic barriers. And during the food scarcity, it acts as the reserve food material for after the digestion. So these are the two things of the two function of the capsule. Then comes to the, in both the groups, the cell wall is made of the peptidoglycan. So here is the one thing, the cell wall is made of, bacterial cell wall is the made up of the peptidoglycan. So in the in both groups, cytoplasm is surrounded by the lipid bilayer with the many membranes spanning protein. And both gram positive and the gram negative vector commonly have a surface layer called the S layer. So this is one things that both gram positive bacteria and the gram negative bacteria consist of the surface layer. This is known as the S layer. Both groups of the bacteria undergoes the genetic recombination through the transformation, transduction and the conjugation. These are the genetic recombination or the reproduction of the bacterial. Both groups undergo the binary fusion. Both groups are of the binary fusion and as a mode of the asexual reproduction. So both groups contains the many flagellated and non-flagellated species, because the bacteria have for this for movement of the orofilm motile in nature. So it have flagella. So in the help of the flagella, it can, or the bacteria can move from one to another place. So some of the consist of the flagella, and some of are have non flagellated in species. So both the gram positive and the gram negative bacteria are inhibited by the antibiotics, or sensitivity varies. Both groups include the flagellated, that is a motile, and non-flagellated, that is non-motile forms. So these are some similarities between the gram positive and the gram negative bacteria. So let's comes to the, what is the difference between the gram positive and the gram negative bacteria. First things that whenever we stain the bacterial staining, the gram staining, then it can separate with their color, because of due to presence or absence of, in case of the gram positive bacteria, gram negative bacteria, the appearance in case of the gram positive bacteria, it appears as a dark violet or the purple color under the microscope after the gram staining. So what its color after staining? It is dark violet or the purple color. Then comes to the gram negative bacteria, it appears the pink or the red color after the gram staining. So after the staining of the after the gram staining, we just see the color of the bacteria, then we can identify the what is whether it is gram positive or the gram negative bacteria. So next comes to the, for example, the gram positive bacteria, that's the Bacillus subtilis, Streptococcus, Lactobacillus, Leuconostoc, Clostridium. These are some example of the gram positive bacteria. And Escherichia coli, this is the very common very common bacteria and very helpful. It's in our human body also, it present, it's in case of our human body. Then Rhizobium vibrio cholerae acidovector. These are some example of the gram negative bacteria. So in case of the gram positive bacteria, there is a cell wall is the single layer, straight and the even. But in case of the gram negative, cell wall have the two layered and the uneven or the wavy in nature. In case of the gram positive, there is the cell wall is very rigid. It means very rigid. Rigid. It means ki tightly packed and less elastic, because it is rigid, so that it is not so not elastic. But in case of the in case of the gram negative, it is the cell wall is the less rigid. That's why it is more elastic. The rigidity of the cell wall is due to the high proportion of the peptidoglycan. Uh, in case of the gram positive, so we have already know about that the cell wall is very rigid, because there is the presence of, or the proportion of the peptidoglycan is more in case of the gram positive. But in case of the gram negative, there is the less amount of the peptidoglycan are present, 2 to 12% around. That's why this is less rigid and more elastic. Then thickness of the cell wall varies from the 15 to 20 nanometer, sometimes up to it is 80 nanometers. And here in case of the gram negative, this is the thickness of the cell wall varies from 7.5 to 12 nanometer. So muramic acid content of the cell wall is more in case of the gram positive, but in case of the gram negative, there is a cell wall is less, that is up to 2 to 5% of the dry wet. Then cell wall is resistant to alkalis and insoluble in the 1% of the KOH solution, but in case of the gram negative, it is very sensitive to the alkalis and the soluble in 1% of the KOH solution. So cell is highly resistant to the physical disruption in case of the gram positive bacteria, but in case of the gram negative, it is highly susceptible to the physical disruption. So S layer is attached to the peptidoglycan layer in case of the gram positive, but in case of the gram negative, that is the S layer is attached to the outer membrane. And teichoic acid is also present in case of the cell wall of the gram positive bacteria, but in case of the gram negative, this there is the absence of the teichoic acid in case of the cell wall. Then periplasmic space is absent in case of the gram positive, but periplasmic space is present in case of the gram negative. So outer membrane is absent in case of the gram positive bacteria, but in case of the gram negative bacteria, there is the presence of the outer membrane. So lipid content is very low, up to 1 to 4% in case of the gram positive bacteria, but in case of the gram negative bacteria, there is the lipid content is very high, so 11 to 12 11 to 22%. Then porins, that is the proteinaceous membrane channels, are absent in case of the gram positive bacteria, but in case of the gram negative, there is porin are the absent. So these are some then lipopolysaccharide is not usually absent in case of the gram positive bacteria, but lipopolysaccharide is present in case of the gram negative. Then mesosomes, we have already know about what is mesosomes, because they are the absent of the plasma membrane. Then in the replaceable of the plasma membrane, there is the presence of the mesosomes. So mesosomes are more prominent in case of positive gram positive, and mesosomes are the less prominent in case of the negative. Then produce the endospore for during the unfavorable condition in case of the gram positive bacteria, but in case of the gram negative bacteria, there is the absence of, or usually do not produce the endospore. Then flagella with the 2 rings with the basal body, then flagella with the 4 rings of the basal body in case of the negative bacteria. Then usually it is produced the exotoxin, but in case of the gram negative bacteria, it is usually produced the endotoxin. So what is exotoxin and what is endotoxin? That is exotoxin, it means ki it produces the outer side of the toxin, it produces toxin from outer side, but in case of the gram negative bacteria, it produces toxin inside it. That's why this is called as the endotoxin and exotoxin. So gram positive bacteria are more susceptible to the antibiotics, but in case of the gram negative bacteria are more resistant to the antibiotics. It can be killed by the vancomycin antibiotic. It cannot be killed by the vancomycin antibiotic. So shows high resistance to the sodium azide solution. here is one thing, that is the resistivity capacity of the gram positive bacteria in the sodium azide solution is high, but in case of the gram negative bacteria, there is the resistivity capacity is less uh, in case of the sodium azide solution. Then comes to the cell shows the high susceptibility towards the penicillin and the sulfonamide antibiotics. So in case of the gram positive bacteria, it is so the high susceptibility capacity towards the penicillin and the sulfonamide antibiotics. But in case of the gram negative bacteria, it shows the low susceptibility. Then comes to the cell, so the low susceptibility towards the streptomycin, chloramamphenical and the tetracycline. These three antibiotics, it shows the in case of the gram positive, it shows the high susceptibility, sorry, it shows the low susceptibility, and in case of the gram negative, it shows the high susceptibility. Then cell wall is highly susceptible to degradation by the lysozyme enzyme. So here is one thing, that is the lysozyme enzyme in the cell was highly susceptible to the degradation by lysozyme enzyme, but in case of the gram negative bacteria, there is the less susceptible to the degradation by the lysozyme enzyme. Then comes to the, it shows the high tolerance towards the dryness. In case of the gram positive, it shows the high tolerance towards the dryness, but in case of the gram negative bacteria, it shows the less tolerant or the low tolerance towards the dryness. Then magnetosomes usually absent in case of the gram positive bacteria, and magnetosomes are present or sometimes present in case of the gram negative. So very few are the pathogenic to the human and the other animals in case of the gram positive, but most of the cases are the in case of the gram negative bacteria are the pathogenic to the humans and the other animals. So these are some differences between the gram positive and the gram negative bacteria. You can note down from this, and this is sufficient for the short notes. And this is the structure, actually what is the gram positive and the gram negative bacteria, that is there is the peptidoglycan present in case of the cell wall, then periplasmic space are also um, periplasmic space also present in case of the gram positive bacteria, but and a plasma membrane also present. So here is the single layer of the gram positive is the single layer, and the gram negative is the double layer structure. So you can see this that what is the difference between the gram positive and the gram negative bacteria. So here you can see that the purple color is the gram positive bacteria, and the pink color which is gram negative bacteria after the staining up, after the staining of the, or after the gram staining. Here is the another picture I have added for your better confirmation. So this one is the gram positive bacteria, and this is the gram negative bacteria. So in the next video, we are going to learn about the bacterial cell, that is the structure of bacterial cell, and what is the parts of the bacterial cell, like in the next video we are going to learn about the shape of bacteria and structure of the bacterial cell. So thank you.